What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Tuesday edition. This is your first look at what we've going on for this slate. We've got 3 early games. We've got a 12-game main slate. We're looking good. If you've never been here before, you are in for a treat. And I say that because we go through game by game. We look at the pitchers, the batters. We look at historical matchups. We try to look at everything for you. So if you're ready to go, we are ready to rock and roll. Before we get started, you can find the chapters down below. We've got it all for you there, so you can skip around. We've done 10,000 sims in the background. We do 20,000 a day. We do those, the last 10,000, about an hour or so before first pitch. But if you want to check all that out, check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can sign up for FTA Plus, $10 a week, or we are currently running a special still. If you email me right now, dfshelp1@gmail.com, you can get $100 off the yearly pass. So instead of $199, get it for $99. That being said, we try to have giveaways every single day. 2 of them. Like the video. Here's the first way to win. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment. You do all of those, and this video right here gets at least 50 likes. You will have a shot at a free week of FTA Plus. That includes all sports. So current sports we're doing, MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. 100 likes on this video, it's a free month. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes, a chance at a lifetime pass. Second way to win, somewhere in this video there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Listen for it, type it in, and have your shot to win 2 times in the same day. Now, we are going to have a giveaway here because we're ready to rock and roll. Now, looking at this, we got a minimum of likes that we needed. We are ready to go, and hopefully you guys are ready as well. Now, even if the keyword is in the phrase, or the phrase or keyword is in this first comment, we're still going to re-roll it. So here we go. Above average savage. This popped up on my homepage while I was thinking about trying MLB DFS, LOL, and Hawkeye. So I asked yesterday kind of how you guys are finding our videos. I'm always curious to see what, like, if you guys are able to, whether or not see the front page of YouTube or someone shared it. So thank you for checking it out. I believe this is the first time you've won. So congratulations. The keyword is here, but we're still going to re-roll it, but you still have a chance to win the keyword as well. So let's see. So congratulations. Please email me. If you do not have an account on our website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, email me a username, an email, and a password. We will set you up for your free pass. Now we're going to re-roll it to see if we have a different winner for the keyword. There you go. Cujo Blue, Hawkeye. Congratulations to both of you. Please, both of you email me. If you're the views winner, please let me know you are the 6-1 video views winner. If you, Cujo, if you are the keyword winner, please let me know you are the keyword winner as well. So congratulations to both of you. We're going to use Outlier. You can sign up down below. Do the 7-day free trial after 7 days if you get through their premium package, their normal package, and you sign up for that. We're going to give you a free week of FTA Plus. If you sign up using their pro package, we're going to give you a free month. So that being said, we are ready to rock and roll. We are going to go through this. Then we're going to go through all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. We're then going to give you our Pitches Be Crazy segment where we take the pitchers that are going up against the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most. And then we're going to give you some of our favorite bets for over under 1.5 bases for the day. So let's rock, and let's roll. So we are looking at a 3-game early slate. We've got the Rockies at the Marlins going on. The Rockies are a very bad team. We know this. Alcantara comes in. He has been very bad this season, too. He's got an 8.47 ERA. Like, if anyone's going to beat him, in theory, the Rockies should not. He should dominate them. He is a Cy Young winner. He's just looked so bad this year after coming back from TJ. Now, in their career, not a ton have seen him, but you see some. You see Orlando Arcia does have a home run against him. Ryan McMahon also has a home run against him. And this is why we like Outlier, because you can see right here, there are a ton of players that are doing well against righties. It's not in Coors, so you don't have that Coors effect, but you still have a pitcher that has not been ideal. Now, could he turn back time and be a Cy Young winner against this very bad Colorado Rockies team? Yes, he should. But he's looked so bad, it's very hard to kind of counteract. So while you might take a little bit of exposure to him, you might want to get exposure to the Rockies as a stack here. So looking at that, Hunter Goodman, I would look at. I would look at Tovar, Ryan McMahon. I would look at Orlando Arcia if he gets a start. I don't know if he will. Sam Hilliard's another one. He's only got 7 at-bats against righties this year. Does have a home run. I mean, the track record's not as good, but it is there. It's serviceable enough. You got to get creative. You got to get under the radar with some of these stacks. Then Miami against Dollander. I thought Dollander was hurt. Am I wrong? It has not been confirmed that it is Chase Dollander, so we can't really look at that. Miami bats against righties, if it is a righty, like Liam Hicks batting 297. Agustin Ramirez, I absolutely love this year. I would look at him. Xavier Edwards, I would look at. Jesus Sanchez, I would look at. Connor Norby might be another one along with Kyle Stowers. If we're getting creative, we got to wait for a Colorado Rockies lineup, though. In his career, Sandy Alcantara against the Rockies, 54 plate appearances, a 176 batting average, but he's looked very bad this year. So it's very hard. I'm probably not going to play this early slate, but I did want to kind of just discuss it a little bit. You do have the Astros. It is, in fact, Lance McCullers versus Paul Skeens. So McCullers struggled this year. I think he's coming off 12 or 13 strikeout game here. Is going up against Paul Skeens. Skeens has been dominant. I would look at Skeens. I would look at both of these pitchers. It could be a low-scoring game. It just depends. The Pirates are a very bad team. Skeens is really good. McCullers is kind of up and down, but he's coming off a fantastic start there. It's not in Houston, so I give it a little bit more of a boost to pitchers. I will take both. Obviously, you're going to pay up a ton for Skeens. And then you got the Cubs at the Nationals. You got Cade Horton versus Trevor Williams. Cade Horton's never faced the Washington Nationals before. And Trevor Williams, 101 plate appearances, a 213 batting average. So we look at that, and I think both of these pitchers are good tournament pitchers. Anyone's had success, like Dansby Swanson has a home run against Williams. That is it. Against righties, though, this year, PCA, I'm looking at Dansby Swanson. I'm looking at Michael Busch, Carson Kelly. Those would be the ones I'd look at on that side. And then Washington bats against Horton. They've, again, never seen him before. Against righties this year, Nate Lowe, 247 batting average. You've got Robert Hassel batting 278. James Wood batting 288. I would look at them. CJ Abrams batting 276. Cabert Ruiz batting 263. Those are probably the bats I'm looking at. It's not in Chicago, so we don't have to worry about the wind as much. It's not the Windy City, but I don't mind that. I won't be using Trevor Williams. I'll use a little bit of Horton, but I doubt it. It's pretty much Paul Skeens, maybe Alcantara, but again, he's just been it's uncharacteristically bad. I don't get it. I just don't get it. That's the early slate. It's a quick little early slate. We are now going to cover the main slate, starting with the Cleveland Guardians at the New York Yankees. We can take a look. We have Carlos Rodon, who's been dominant, versus Tanner Bybee. So looking at what we've got here, Bybee, 41 plate appearance, 263. This is a rematch. So they just had a rematch of the World Series. Now they have a rematch of the ALCS from last year. Rodon has been nothing but brilliant. He's averaging 24.1. You got Bybee, who is averaging 14.1. So looking at Bybee here, game log wise, coming off not a really good start against the Dodgers. We get that, but a fantastic start against Detroit, a team that's been the best team in baseball right now. He's already faced the Yankees once this year, went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, did get 18.7. So he did get the value you need. So DraftKings, you need about 3.5, give or take 2.5 to 3.5 times value, or a minimum of 25 fantasy points. On FanDuel, you need about 50 fantasy points out of your one pitcher. So Bybee has had success, but Yankees are back at home now. Bybee on the road does have a 5.13 ERA. In that game, it was in Cleveland, and he did well. They ended up winning that game 3-2. Now, I think Jason Dominguez might be out. He hurt I believe, his thumb. So that's a bad out of there. But then Rodon, again, this team, he faced them once this year. 7 innings, 8 Ks, 32.2. That was in Cleveland. You look at his splits, they're pretty even. 260 at home, 261 on the road. Now, he is due for a hiccup, but I absolutely love Carlos Rodon here. I would take Rodon, and I would take the Yankees bats. So depending on who it is, just look at a Yankee stack. I would look at, for sure, I'd be looking at Judge, Goldie, probably Bellinger, who's been heating up this year. Look at them. Volpe a little bit. DJ LeMahieu's coming off a 4-hit game. I don't think I would still take him. I don't trust him enough. But there is a stack to have. I know Trent Grisham's kind of come back down to earth a little bit, but I would still take a little poke at him if you are trying to do a stack there. And as of right now, through 10,000 sims, I'm not really looking at the Cleveland bats right now. It could change in a little bit. There's obviously J-Ram, Stephen Kwan, Kyle Manzardo, Bo Naylor. Like, you could look at those, but I'm off of them right now. So then we got Philly at Toronto as the next game. So looking here, Zach Wheeler versus Bowden Francis. It's not 100% confirmed to be Zach Wheeler, though. Because I'm seeing Baseball Savant saying, okay, yeah. Okay, so it's supposed to be Zach Wheeler, but now he's having a baby. So it looks like it's going to be Christopher Sanchez. So we'll go with Christopher Sanchez. In his career against Toronto, 33 plate appearances, 156. Bowden Francis here, 27 plate appearances, 231. So you got Bowden here, 537 ERA, splits-wise. When he's at home, he's got a 643 ERA. He has not faced Philly this year, but I'm on Christopher Sanchez, and I'm off of Bowden Francis here. So we can take a look at the bats that have had success against Francis and just kind of see maybe what we're talking about here. So Philly bats against him, like Schwarber has a home run, Harper has a home run. Those are great options, obviously going to be very expensive. You look against right-handed pitching, though, Bryson Stott, 266 batting average. Brandon Marsh, 225 with a home run against righties. JT Realmuto batting 272. Obviously, Bohm has been on fire when we've used him. I would look at that. Like Kepler would be a cheaper option for the outfield, too. Only 223 batting average, but hits righties better and 5 home runs in that one. So I would look at Christopher Sanchez. And I'll let you guys know right now, I can be wrong. I'm not always right. This is how I would do it. If you want to see even more how we do it, our free Discord down below. Our email is dfshelp1@gmail.com. If you have questions, if you can't answer them down here below. So do not forget, I'm not always right, but I'm here to help you for your first look. You need a little bit more help than what we've got. $10 a week, get you all the sports, FTA Plus, MLB tab, all of these tools right here. If you want to see an example of some of these tools, let me know, and I can probably show you an example or show it in one of these videos here. I've done it in the past, and I can show all the tools if we need to do that. So next game is the Angels at Boston Red Sox. We have Yusei Kikuchi versus Brian Bayo. Kikuchi scares me a little bit. Only has a 3 ERA, but like the value, like he hasn't hit the value like I would enjoy for the most part. When he's pitching on the road, he's got a 4.30 ERA. He's going into Boston. I don't trust him. Now, again, Boston strikes out the third most out of any team. That's what I'm scared about a little bit. I don't think I'll have any exposure to him. Maybe for strikeouts, but DFS-wise, I don't know about that. And then you got Bayo coming in, 3.83 ERA, has not faced the Angels before. When he pitches at home, he does have a 4 ERA, so it's a little bit worse. They're just, and he really hasn't hit value at all. I'm most likely probably staying away from pitching in this game and just going bats on both sides, like stacks on both sides. So that's kind of where we can look at here. If we're looking at like the Boston bats against Kikuchi, like Devers does have 2 home runs. Duran has 1, but only about 167 against him. Rob Refsnyder should be in there against lefties. And then you kind of see like Devers this year against lefties batting 308, lefty on lefty matchup does not matter. Trevor Story batting 283 with 3 bombs. You got Rob Refsnyder batting 290 with 3 bombs. Narvaez batting 250 with 2 bombs. Like overall, they don't really hit lefties that well. So maybe you throw in Kikuchi a little bit because he is so cheap, but I don't know if I trust that at all. Angels bats against Bayo. No one's hit a home run. Against righties this year, Moncada and Nito both batting 272 with 6 bombs. Those are great options, especially Nito being, you know, a leadoff guy here. Nolan Shanaway batting 283. You got Jorge Soler with 8 bombs. Mike Trout batting 216 with 9 bombs against righties this year. Taylor Ward with 14 bombs. This just tells me I'm probably avoiding the pitching in this. Looking at stacks, I think an Angel stack could be sneaky today. It might not work out because Angels are a very bad team. They strike out not in the most out of any team, 9.86 times per game. But there's something about this game that I don't think I want the pitching. I think I want the bats just a little bit more here. So the next game we're going to cover, Milwaukee at Cincy. I always am very scared to use pitching here. You got Hunter Green versus Freddie Peralta. The fact is, this ballpark here, the ball absolutely flies out of there. And that always scares me a little bit just because it could be 2 stud pitchers that you have no qualms about using. But the way the ballpark factors go in this game, if the wind is blowing out, it is called Great American Small Park for a reason. So looking at that, the wind is actually right now for this game blowing in, but it's got the best chances for home runs at 30%. It's hot and humid. The ball absolutely flies out of there. Now, in their career, like Hunter Green coming in, splits-wise, he's not faced Milwaukee this year. When he pitches at home, he's better at home. So I would look at him. Milwaukee's kind of one of those teams that are up in the air, especially if Yelich is out. I kind of like that. And then you've got like Freddie Peralta in his career, 194 batting average against him. Like this could be a low-scoring game. I'm avoiding the bats right now. Through 10,000 sims, none pop out to me that I enjoy, even with the ballpark factor. So I'll take a look at both of these pitchers. I will have exposure to some of them. I probably put them in only tournaments because, again, I don't know how much I trust in cash-wise looking at these just the way the ball could fly out of there. So I'm just a little bit weary on this one. I'm scared to use the bats. I think I'm going to go the pitching. Now, again, after 20,000 sims, maybe it changes. Maybe I update my mind. And that is why if you guys check out FTA Plus, you can see if anything has changed, or you come into our Discord and we can talk about it. So I'm looking at both pitchers. I mean, they're both right around the same price. They're averaging almost the same fantasy points per game. Great matchup for both of them. Ballpark scares me just a little. So we got Arizona, Atlanta next. You got Spencer Strider versus Zach Gallen. Gallen in his career against the Braves, 112 plate appearances, 250 batting average. And then we see Spencer Strider, 61 plate appearances, 200 batting average there. Now Gallen comes in at 5.54 ERA. Really has struggled the last 4 straight starts. He struggled against the Rockies. He struggled against the Pirates. He struggled against the Cardinals. What is going on with him? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't trust him. In his career, he's been good against the Braves. I just don't trust him whatsoever. I mean, he could shove, and I could be wrong here. I'm avoiding him. Then you got Spencer Strider, 8,500, 450 ERA, coming off his best start of the year. He only made 3 starts. In his career, 200 batting average. I like this matchup here. If it were in Arizona, I probably don't like it as much. But I'm looking at Strider here. I'm not really looking at a ton here. But if we were to, dig in a little bit for this game, we can just kind of see overall, Atlanta bats against Gallen. Like, you've got Ozzie Albies with a home run, Austin Riley with a home run, Matt Olson with a home run. Against righties this year, they're hitting very well. Like Eli White, Verdugo, Michael Harris, Acuna, Riley. Like, this feels like one of those that Atlanta's a 2+ stack. So if you're new to the channel, 2+ stacks means 5 on DraftKings offensively, or 4 on FanDuel. If we like more than 5 or 4, we got to do multiple different stacks. And that's exactly what I'm looking here. I do like Atlanta as a stack here. Then, Pavin Smith and Ketel Marte both have home runs against Strider. They do hit righties well this year. Like Pavin Smith batting 304. You've got Randall Grichuk batting 412. I think Grichuk got released, though, didn't he? Now, or am I just completely wrong? I could be wrong. No, someone else got... I don't know who I'm thinking of then. Someone else got released. No idea. Probably thinking of somebody else. Eugenio Suarez has 13 bombs this year, but again, 261. Corbin Carroll batting 256. Ketel Marte batting 293. This might be one where I just fade the pitching. I have multiple different stacks of Arizona and Atlanta, and don't overthink it at all. Next game we got going on, we've got Texas at Tampa Bay. Now, there's rain concern. Tampa Bay here, it's a ballpark that the ball flies out of here. It's a minor league ballpark. Tyler Mahle coming in, 164 ERA. I don't know how he's doing what he's doing. He's already faced Tampa Bay once this year, 5 innings pitched, 5 Ks, got 23.5. I would look at Mahle a little bit. Again, weather being a concern and the wind coming out. I'm not looking at Tampa Bay, and I'm really not looking at Texas because their offense is bad. Drew Rasmussen is coming in real strong here. Faced Texas last time, 14.9, because they only had 4 strikeouts and 1 earned run. If he had like 8 or 9 strikeouts, we're probably looking at 25 fantasy points there. So this game right here, even with the wind and the weather blowing out, I'm looking at pitching. I like both of them. I think Tyler Mahle, they're probably both just tournament for me though, just because of how the weather can change in Tampa and how the ball can fly out of this ball. So the next game, we got Detroit at Chicago White Sox. Again, weather is concerned. Gibson Long is getting the call up, or he should be. Yeah, it looks like he will be called up. So if he is in fact the starter, that is definitely one to look at. He has not pitched this year. Again, I don't know if he does come in, if he is on some sort of pitch count. Then you got Shane Smith coming in, 268 ERA. Value-wise, he's okay. I'm not using him. I would look at Gibson Long, and I would look at Detroit bats here. I'm looking at Riley Green, Javi Baez, Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith, McKinstry, Torkelson. Like, Detroit makes sense to 2+ stack there as well. We know the White Sox are historically bad. Wait for the weather on this one, but I would go Detroit, and then I would go Gibson Long if he is in fact named the starter for this game. Kansas City at St. Louis is the next one. Lorenzen versus Andre Payante. Really nothing to do. I don't want the pitchers. Maybe tournaments just because of, how cheap they are considering they're under 7,500 each. But the weather being a concern here, and this is in St. Louis, scares me a little bit. Palante here had already faced the Royals this year. Won 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. So the strikeouts were low. 19.6 is not bad, especially at 7K. I don't mind that. I don't know how much I'll have. And then Lorenzen, he has not faced the Cardinals this year. When he's on the road, though, he's pitching to 5.17 ERA. I'm probably off the pitchers, and I'm just looking at the bats. So Salvi Perez, I would look at. Pasquantino's another one. Jack Caglione got called up, so I mean he would be a big bat in this one, making his debut. Michael Garcia, 327 batting average. Michael Massey, 214. Kyle Isbell, 292. Drew Waters, 303. Kansas City makes sense for a stack here. St. Louis against Lorenzen, like Wilson Contreras has 2 bombs against him. Burleson has 1. And then you look against right-handed pitching this year. Not ideal, but Burleson makes sense. Wilson Contreras makes sense. Brendan Donovan batting 361. Mason Wynn batting 313. And Victor Scott batting 282. I'd throw in Newt Bar as well because he does have 6 bombs against right-handed pitching. So that's probably where I'm going here. Not a ton. I mean, I don't love that game as much as maybe some other people do. So we'll go to the next game. We'll go Baltimore at Seattle, and we'll look at that. So looking at Baltimore and Seattle, we got Sagano versus George Kirby. So Sagano's never faced the Mariners before. The Mariners strike out the 5th most out of any team right now, 8.97 times per game. And then George Kirby gets a great matchup here. I do not trust Baltimore. I would look at George Kirby. I'm not looking at the bats, really. I would look at Kirby, but he has not actually done very well. So if you look at this, he's done, 5 innings there, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs. He's coming off a terrible start against Washington. If there's anything in his roster that helps him, it would be he gets a great matchup against a very bad Baltimore team. Does have a 11.42 ERA, scares me a little bit. He's had back-to-back starts that have not been ideal, but the teams he's faced have not been good. I know those numbers are there. I'm using him as a tournament pick, not cash. Sagano, up in air, 3.23 ERA. Has not faced Seattle this year. When he pitches on the road, he's got a 273, so he has been better. He's 6,500. I think both of these are great matchups here. I think both are tournaments. I'm not really looking at the bats in this one. San Diego at San Francisco is next. I like this because it is San Francisco. It is a massive ballpark. It has not been 100% confirmed who the pitcher for San Diego is. They look like it's going to be Burgett. He's expected to start, so not 100%. Game log wise, again, it could be an opener thing. Really hasn't done anything. That's what scares me there. I would look at bats here. And then Landon, we come 3.70 ERA. He's already faced San Diego once this year, 4 earned runs. Didn't do anything. 100% looking at the bats here. 100%. So 100% here. I would look at Elliot Ramos. I would be looking at just depending if you're trying to figure out like a stack of which batters to stack on. And again, anything can change and make sure it is this pitcher. I'm probably looking at Matt Chapman. I'm probably looking at Elliot Ramos, a little bit of Lamont Wade Jr., Willie Adames, just a little bit there. Maybe a Wilmer Flores or Tyler Fitzgerald. Then on the flip side of that, San Diego bats, Tatis. I'm looking at Tatis. Machado, Gavin Sheets could be a sneaky option. Jake Cronenworth, and probably a little bit of Jackson Merrill and Luis Ariz, because Ariz just gets on base. He barely strikes out. So I'm avoiding pitching in this one. I'm going stacks. I'm probably stacking San Diego a little bit more. But again, this is a massive ballpark for pitching. Then Minnesota at the Athletics is the next game. We have right now, Pablo Lopez. It's not been confirmed that it is Jacob Lopez, but he did just pitch last on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, it would make it'd be his turn in the rotation. Not confirmed, but coming off a terrible start against Toronto. Just a terrible start. Minus 14.5. I'll admit, this is where I'm going to tell you I was wrong. I used him. Didn't work out. Minus 14.5. Deal. Got you. 6.32 ERA. I'm probably avoiding the bats in this one and going the pitching for sure. Avoiding the pitch. I would use Pablo Lopez. Now, this is in Sacramento, so this ballpark, the ball flies out of there. That is a big problem. The ball absolutely flies out of this ballpark. If I were to use any pitcher, it would be Pablo Lopez, and then most likely it would be Minnesota bats against Jacob Lopez. So I would be looking at Byron Buxton, leading off or wherever he's at. I like him. Trevor Larnach's another one I would look at. Ty France, probably Harrison Bader, maybe a little bit of Carlos Correa or Ryan Jeffers. I would use Lopez and then the Twins as a stack. And then the Mets at the Dodgers is the next and final game of the day. And we have, in fact, Tyler Meagle versus Clayton Kershaw. So Meagle comes in 3.52 ERA. Back-to-back 20-plus starts, but again, bad teams they faced. Hasn't faced the Dodgers. When he's on the road, he's got a 4.71. I don't trust him. Kershaw's up there. Bad start to start the season. Then a rain delay against this Mets team where he was doing decent. 2 innings, 1 K, 1 walk, no earned runs. Then against Cleveland, 5 innings, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 Ks. The strikeouts are the only thing that's there. He's only 6,900, but I'm probably... You never know if you're going to get vintage Kershaw or he's going to get hurt and pulled. So I'm probably avoiding both of these and just looking at bats. So against him, no one has a home run, but against lefties this year, like, they actually haven't done well, but Juan Soto batting 294, Brandon Nimmo batting 255. Young could be in I think it's Jared Young, could be a valuable option there. Acuna. Yeah, there's not a ton. You may throw in Kershaw because they just don't hit lefties well this year. But I don't know how long Kershaw is going to be in, and this bullpen has been taxed this year. And then Dodgers bats against Meagle. No one has a home run. Against righties this year, they're Freeman. I would look at Betts if he's in there. I don't know if he will be. Rushing if he gets the start, but Will Smith could be in there. Tommy Edman, like a full Dodger stack. Don't overthink it. That's probably where the majority of us will be going today. I don't think that shouldn't be a surprise, I guess. Let's put it that way. Shouldn't be a surprise if we stack that game. Maybe a little bit of Kershaw just because of how bad offensively they have been. But that's definitely one to look at. So now we're going to do all of our batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. Not a ton, but more than yesterday. We only had 6 games. So looking at this, number 1 is Bobby Witt Jr. Number 2 is Aaron Judge. 3 is Kyle Tucker. 4 is Lars Nootbaar. 5 is Juan Soto. 6 is Nolan Schanuel. 7 is Mookie Betts if he plays. 8, Jonathan India. 9, Kyle Schwab. 10, Vinny Pasquantino. 11, Bryce Harper. 12, Francisco Lindor. 13, Pete Alonso. 14, Michael Garcia. 15, Luis Garcia. 16, Brendan Donovan. 17, Vladdy. 18, Brandon Nimmo. And 19, Alejandro Kirk versus Christopher Sanchez. So we have 19 currently through 10,000 sims that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. Now our pitches be crazy. Number 1, Brian Bayo versus the Angels. Angels strike out 9.86 times per game, 9.73 on the road. Alcantara versus the Rockies. Rockies strike out 9.78 times per game, 10 times on the road, but Alcantara has been trash this year. The keyword of the day is dinosaur, because this is my favorite polo that my 5-year-old loves. Forgot to mention that. Number 3 is Yusei Kikuchi at Boston. Boston strikes out 9.21 times per game, 8.07 at home. Shane Smith versus Detroit. Detroit strikes out 9 times a game, 9.13 on the road. And number 5 is Tomoyuki Sugano at Seattle. Seattle strikes out 8.97 times per game, 9.03 on the road. So while I don't necessarily agree with all of them, these are the top 5. Brian Bayo, Sandy Alcantara, Yusei Kikuchi, Shane Smith, and Tomoyuki Sugano to round it out. Now we're going to look at bases. Now these are make and bacon bets. These are batters we think could get 2+ bases, not necessarily stacking them together or parlaying them all together, but I wanted to bring this to you. Number 1 is Bobby Witt Jr. Number 2 is Aaron Judge. 3 is Kyle Tucker. 4 is Vinny Pasquantino. 5 is Jonathan India. 6 is Lindor. 7 is Luis Garcia. 8 is Bryce Harper. 9, Brendan Donovan. 10, Lars Nootbaar. And 11, Pete Alonso. So obviously you're not going to parlay 11 together, but they're there. You can use them. You can parlay them a little bit, like 3 or 4. You can add them into same game parlays, whatever you want to do. And now we're going to do pitchers and the strikeouts that we would mark. Rodon versus the Guardians, I would look at 7+ strikeouts. Maybe tease it down to 6. Hunter Green versus Milwaukee, 6+ strikeouts. Maybe tease it up to 7. Lance McCullers versus the Pirates. Find a line for 5+ strikeouts. I don't mind that at all. Paul Skeens versus the Astros, 5 to 6+ strikeouts. I'm okay with that. And Yusei Kikuchi against Boston, since they do strike out third most and they're averaging 8 at home. If you can find a line for Kikuchi at like 5+ or 6+ strikeouts, it just depends on how long Kikuchi's going to be in that game. And then the final one is Freddie Peralta, 5+ strikeouts for Peralta. I would be okay with that one as well. So there you have it. That is the breakdown, your first look at Tuesday's slate. 15 games, 3 early, 12 late. Check it out. Check out all